more Steve. Bookending this. I love it. A little ice, baby. Doesn't get any better than that, my man. Thank you, Steve, and thank you for hanging out in the stash. Weekly, Tuesdays, 10 a.m. to noon, right here on AM Radio 1700, Real Talk Radio, San Diego. Hanging out with my man, Matthew Bergman, owner of Chiltonic.com. And talking about cryotherapy today and why this is a quality of life play, not necessarily something for the one percenters. And it ain't your dad's protein recovery shake. I love that. That came up dynamic. You trademarked that. It's cool.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So reducing inflammation, recovering faster, spiking metabolism. Now the quality of life thing, I want to bookend this because, well, first of all, you know, maybe you could do us a solid. We were just talking about this at the break. Like, I remember when I called you up, I really wanted you to kind of walk me through what this actually would look like, you know? So I'm a real spatial guy. Like, I need to visualize it. So let's say I call you, or let's say I go live to Chiltonic.com, and I want to check you out for your first session. What happens then?
Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. Let's say you get online, you want to book an appointment. It'll take you through the whole thing. You can book an appointment. It'll go ahead and you'll fill out all the information. You can go right to the waiver, and you can fill that out there. The waiver and all the medical questionnaires there online.
So that when you get in, you can just go right in.
You can just go right in. Oh, I'm here.
Yep.
I'm Jesse.
Yep.
Jesse who?
Yep.
And then you say your last name, Ibanez, boom. You're ready to go. You're in line.
Dude, you get a point right now for saying my last name right. That was awesome.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I practiced.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, getting you in that first time is a little bit different if you walk in. We'll have you take an iPad, fill the stuff out. It's usually about 4.5 minutes, maybe 4 3/4. It depends on how fast you are with an iPad. For the older woman that came in the other day, she said she did not like tablets. We gave her a paper one.
Okay.
So that's an option as well, if you're better with a pen. But then we'll get you into the back. One of our wonderful staff, Gretchen or Jolene or Jen, Taylor, they'll take you in the back, and we'll get you your own changing room where you'll get down to our socks, booties, little dye booties, get you down to your underwear, and then we'll give you some gloves as well. There's a robe for you to take to wear into the chamber, and then you take that off when you get in. And boom, there goes the 3 minutes, the coldest 3 minutes you've ever had.
Yeah, and the chamber, by the way, if you can visualize this, gang, it's kind of like standing in like a big wine barrel, so to speak. Like you're not touching the sides, and your head is just above the top.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we've got somebody talking to you the entire time, making sure that you're as comfortable as you're going to be for 3 minutes in freezing cold nitrogen.
Yeah.
Now, I would say that the majority of people, I would say probably 95% of the people make it through the 3 minutes. But we can stop anytime if you're uncomfortable. And more than anything else, it's largely psychological the first time.
Totally.
I mean, you were fine. I know that's why you brought 2 other guys there, just to make sure they would go first, and they were fine. So
I needed the emotional support, just like a pack of girls in the bathroom.
So I mean, it's actually, once people do it once, it makes it much, much easier to do it 500 times after that. Yeah. That's what we're banking on.
Cool. Appreciate that. So, again, that's over at Chiltonic.com, or you can call them, by the way, if you're old school like me, at 760-566-5832 up in Encinitas, back on El Camino Real, right?
Yeah. That's right. It's by the sheriff's station.
You got it. So, I want to bookend this with maybe a little lesson on options right now. Okay, so I know that we talked at the top of the show about basically, you can go ice bath if you even have access to one. Maybe you're lucky enough to have a membership to a health club, or when maybe they have one, maybe they don't. Seems like I only see them at like higher end hotels that I happen to dip into. Ding.
No pun intended.
No pun. Every
you got
pun
the
intended.
bell over there.
Yeah, I'll give myself a point. I don't think it's ever happened before. And you've got the cryo, which is sort of a new thing, right? So we're riffing on that. But then the third option is this, the over-the-counter stuff. So what say you about that?
I say that there was recently some information released from the FDA saying that some of the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that are sold over the counter can have adverse effects. And I think a lot of people know that they can do some damage to the liver and some of the other organs. And what we don't want to see is we don't want to see people trade one thing for the other, right? So, I mean, clearly we have problems, in the U.S. now with prescription medication as well, and how that gets into the hands of other people and how that can be abused. But certainly if we can go ahead and get the same effect by using the cold, then, why wouldn't we? And especially for somebody, like I said, with Gretchen, who couldn't take any of those prescription meds, it's a natural cure, right? I mean, it's a natural application. Cold's been around since, for millennia, used for this type of thing. So it's nothing new. It's just maybe moving away from some of the medications that people take, and they don't really think about what it can do to you.
Great story about Gretchen, by the way. If you missed it, was the last segment. You can catch that rebroadcast over at secretstashradio.com. I don't think it's a new statement or this is something that's newfound evidence for Stash Nation right now to hear about the liver effects, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't realize how toxic that stuff really is, because it's just so, marketing has made it so ubiquitous that you think it's just basically like this inert kind of thing that just sort of you take and it's cool and all is good. But you don't realize that, a lot of people don't realize you can actually die from overdose on Tylenol. Mm-hmm. It can actually like fry your liver, and if you don't have a liver that's functioning properly, you're donezo in a couple days. Mm-hmm. And that's not to mention the fact that you can slowly over time, especially if you combine it with things like alcohol, you can basically just singe it until it doesn't have enough functioning. The mass is being shrunk and truncated basically, so it's not functioning enough to be able to handle the needs of the body. Mm-hmm. And that's slowly taking place over time if that is your modality for feeling better.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, the more we rely on those things, I think the more difficult it is to get away from them in many respects. But, we've had an absolute slew. I don't know how to quantify slew in this particular context.
I feel it, though.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Of clients that have come in that have gotten off all kinds of different medications. We know that this will actually help, regulate sleep as well. So we've had a number of postmenopausal women be off their sleeping medications. Mm. So, I mean, that's another one of the carry-on benefits that we found as well. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be just the anti-inflammatories, right? Having some of the, getting off Ambien and some of these other things is great. And when people come in and tell us about that, I mean, what better job can you have to have people in and have them go away feeling better and staying healthier? And look, this is a tool in your toolkit, right? So my wife, who's got the bad back, still does her chiropractic, massage therapy, and acupuncture. Those all have different, ways of treating her, and this is just one more tool for her. So we wouldn't recommend. It's not a cure-all. It's not a panacea. It certainly is just something that can help.
You mentioned leaving just feeling a little better, and that is precisely our goal of having you in the studio today, is leaving us a little better than how you found us. And Matthew, there's one final thing that I want you to hit on, and that is, what are you willing to leave in the stash? So this is if you go to secretstashradio.com and you find this rebroadcast, there's going to be a little coupon down there. So if you mentioned Secret Stash Radio, you found out about Matthew here on the radio, what are you offering those folks?
20%. 20% off of everything that we offer there at Chiltonic.
That's awesome, man. And the cool thing about that also, oh, wow, you have
Thanks, guys.
You have a crowd right there. And stop immediately. Is that also there's a membership thing, and then there's so there's a different you can go in for one timer or you can buy a membership, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The first time is $40 for all new clients, and then we have a number of different packages depending upon the frequency you want to come, and then there's the membership option as well.
Dude, you killed it. Appreciate it. This has been great. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're working on projects and stuff. Chiltonic might be a little bit more, let's just say, visible, in the coming years. We hope that to be true for you. But if you want to check out Matthew and take advantage of his very generous 20% off your first offer of your first experience of cryotherapy with him over at Chiltonic.com, go to Chiltonic.com, or you can call him old school style at 760-566-5832. Give that number one more time. It's 760-566-5832. Thank you guys all for hanging out in the stash today. Thank you for all you streamers on the Meerkat Live app. And thank you, my man Matthew, for coming in the stash,
Thanks, Jesse.
accomplishing the goal,
I'm shaking your hand verbally right now.
leaving us a little cooler than how you found us. Make sure you guys check out Matthew, and make sure you stick and stay right now, because we're going to be right back with a little real estate. We'll call it the State of the Union for local real estate with my man Jeremy Beck from the Greenhouse Group. We'll be right back.